Are you prepared for a disaster? Survival isn't about strength or skill but preparation. The unpredictability of life can sometimes throw us into situations we never imagined. The key to surviving these situations? Being prepared. This doesn't mean becoming a full-fledged survivalist but having the essentials on hand. These 10 items we'll discuss are crucial for disaster preparation and they could very well save your life. So buckle up and prepare to learn because survival is in the details. Let's dig into the 10 essential items you need to have on hand. First on the list, water purification tools. Without water, survival is impossible. Now let's talk about the tools and methods that can make a life-saving difference when you're out there. Our first contender is the portable water filter. These devices are compact, lightweight, and can filter out bacteria, parasites, and microplastics. Another handy tool is purification tablets. Easy to carry and use, they can disinfect water in about 30 minutes. For those who prefer old-school methods, boiling water is a tried-and-true option. Just remember, you'll need a heat source and a container that can withstand high temperatures. Last but not least, there's the solar still. It's a bit more involved but can provide clean water even in the most challenging conditions. Whatever your preference, the key is to have at least one method at your disposal. Ensure you have a reliable way to clean water. Your life could depend on it. Next, non-perishable food supplies. Food is energy, and energy is survival. A critical part of any survival kit is a stash of non-perishable food items. These are foods that can withstand long periods of time without refrigeration due to their packaging and processing methods. Canned goods are a classic choice. They come in a variety of options, from fruits and vegetables to meats and soups, and can last for years. Just remember to pack a can opener too. Dried foods like jerky or fruit offer another great option. They're lightweight, easy to carry, and can provide a quick energy boost when you need it most. And let's not forget energy bars. Compact and calorie-dense, they're designed to keep you going when you're on the move. For a hot meal, consider instant foods that only require boiling water. Think instant noodles or freeze-dried meals. Finally, remember this golden rule. Store enough food to last at least 3 days in an emergency. Third, a multi-tool or survival knife. One tool, countless uses. It's like a Swiss Army knife on steroids. This compact, versatile tool can be a game changer in survival situations. Think about every tool you could possibly need when you're out in the wilderness. Now imagine all of them packed into one, easy-to-carry piece of equipment. That's what a multi-tool or survival knife offers. You've got a knife for cutting, a screwdriver for fixing, a can opener for food, and the list goes on. You can even find multi-tools with a tiny saw for cutting branches or a small pair of scissors for medical emergencies. When you're up against the elements, a multi-tool or survival knife can make the difference between a comfortable night under the stars and a rough night out in the cold. Plus, it's always handy for unexpected situations that require ingenuity and a little bit of elbow grease. A versatile tool can make survival much easier. Fourth, fire starting equipment. Fire provides warmth, light, and safety. In the world of survival, fire is a game changer. It's not just about staying warm, it's about cooking meals, purifying water, signaling for help, and keeping predators at bay. There are several types of fire starting equipment you can choose from. The most common are matches and lighters. These are reliable and easy to use, but they can run out or malfunction, especially in damp conditions. That's where flint and steel come in. A good flint and steel set can last a lifetime and work in any weather. Another option is a fire piston. It uses rapid compression of air to ignite a piece of tinder. It's a bit more challenging to use, but it's a reliable method that's been around for centuries. And let's not forget fire starters like magnesium sticks or tinder cubes. These can help you get a fire going even in wet or windy conditions. Remember, it's not enough to have the tools. You need to know how to use them. Practice makes perfect. Ensure you can start a fire whenever you need it. Halfway through our list, first aid and medical supplies. Injuries can happen, be ready. When you're out in the wilderness, an effective first aid kit is crucial. It's not just about band-aids and antiseptic wipes, though those are important. You'll also want a variety of dressings for larger wounds, adhesive tapes for securing dressings, and a pair of medical-grade scissors for cutting tape or clothing. Also, consider including a digital thermometer, tweezers for removing splinters or ticks, and a tourniquet for severe bleeding, painkillers, antihistamines for allergic reactions, and any personal medication you need are must-haves too. And of course, don't forget about specialized items based on your activities. If you're hiking in snake country, a snake bite kit could be a lifesaver. Going into cold climates, hypothermia blankets are a smart addition. Remember, knowledge is just as important as the kit itself. Learn how to use these items before you need them. Don't let a small injury become a big problem. Moving on to warm clothing and durable footwear. Weather can be unpredictable, dress accordingly. When we think of survival, we often think of food and water, but let's not forget the importance of proper clothing and footwear. They are your first line of defense against the elements. In chilly conditions, hypothermia can set in quickly if you're not adequately insulated. Choose clothing that's not just warm but also breathable to avoid sweating, which can make you colder. Layers are your best friend here. Footwear, on the other hand, needs to be robust and comfortable. When you're navigating rough terrain or simply on your feet for extended periods, the right shoes can make a huge difference. Look for waterproof boots with good ankle support and a sturdy sole. Remember, it's not just about surviving, it's about being able to function effectively in challenging conditions. So, invest in quality gear that can withstand the elements. Stay warm and keep moving. 8th, emergency shelter materials. A shelter can provide protection and comfort. In survival situations, having the right materials to build a shelter is as important as having food and water. The most versatile material is a large, durable tarp. Lightweight and compact, tarps can be configured in countless ways to protect you from the elements. In addition, emergency blankets, also known as space blankets, are invaluable. They can retain up to 90% of your body heat and can also be used as a shelter covering. Tents are another great option. They are designed specifically for outdoor living and provide a ready-made shelter. Lastly, don't forget a good quality sleeping bag and a sleeping pad. These can provide warmth and comfort, especially in cold environments. Remember, the goal is not just to survive, but to be as comfortable as possible under the circumstances. Be prepared to create a safe haven wherever you are. 9th, communication and navigation tools. Stay connected and know your direction. When you're in a survival situation, it's crucial to maintain contact with the outside world. Radios, satellite phones, or even a simple whistle can be life-saving. Radios not only provide a means of communication, they also keep you updated with weather forecasts and emergency broadcasts. A whistle, on the other hand, is a simple yet effective tool for signaling your location to rescuers. As for navigation, a compass and map are indispensable. Even in this age of GPS and smartphones, these old-school tools can be your best bet. They don't require batteries, they're reliable, and they're easy to use. A compass can help you maintain your bearings, and a detailed map can guide you to safety. Learn how to use these tools and keep them within reach. They could make the difference between being lost and being found, between silence and a life-saving call. Never lose your way or your voice. Finally, personal documents and identification. Prove who you are, even in a disaster. When the unexpected strikes, you may find yourself in a situation where you need to verify your identity or provide critical information. It's not the first thing that comes to mind when we think of survival, but it's equally important. In your emergency kit, you should include copies of your passport, driver's license, and birth certificate. They can help you regain your footing in the aftermath of a disaster. You should also consider including a list of emergency contacts, medical information, and insurance policies. If you have pets, don't forget their documentation too. One handy tip is to store these documents in a waterproof and fireproof container. This way, they can withstand the elements and remain intact. Remember, these documents are your lifeline to the world outside of the disaster zone. In a survival situation, your identity is more than just your name, it's your connection to resources, help, and ultimately recovery. Stay safe and stay you. We've covered a lot today, from water purification to personal identification. Let's take a quick stroll down memory lane. We started with the importance of water purification tools. Remember, without water, survival is a ticking clock. But with the right tools, you can turn even the murkiest water into a lifesaver. From there, we moved on to non-perishable food supplies. The importance of having food that can last for extended periods cannot be overstated. It's your body's fuel, and without it, you'll be running on empty. We also discussed the need for a multi-tool, or survival knife. It's not just a weapon, but a toolbox in your pocket. From cutting to prying, its uses are endless. And let's not forget the fire-starting equipment. Fire, aside from providing warmth, can also signal for help and cook your food. Next, we dove into first aid and medical supplies. In the wild, a simple cut can turn into a life-threatening situation without proper treatment. Then we touched on warm clothing and durable footwear, because hypothermia is as real a threat as any predator. We also talked about emergency shelter materials, communication devices like radios and whistles, and navigation tools like compasses and maps. These can mean the difference between being lost and being found. Finally, personal documents and identification, because when help arrives, you want them to know who you are. Remember, preparation is the key to survival. Be ready, stay alive.